kids, fam, and as you can see, I had to screenshot it. I screenshot it, and it was like an hour while the tweet was out. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and have a video on this one. So we're here now, and look at this, man. She ended up saying, love this, 4 types of complainers.
That screenshot shows a franchise executive telling paying fans how they are allowed to complain. The reaction to this tweet has been huge and very intense. Lin Dunn, a senior advisor for the Indiana Fever, posted what many are calling a very strict message in WNBA history. She divided fans into 4 types of complainers and said one type should not even exist anymore. She called them malicious complainers, saying they hurt the team's culture. The issue is that she is talking about the same fans who fill the arena and support the team financially, even helping fund a new stadium.
Of complainers. What is this, Lin? What is this? Let's just read it a little bit, right? The productive complainer. This person is fully engaged, offering ideas and suggestions to help improve the team's culture. They are fully invested in the team's culture. The venting complainer. This person is working hard, doing what is right, but is a tad overwhelmed and needs to vent to release stress. The chronic complainer. This person always...
If you look at those categories again, there's the productive complainer who gives ideas, the venting complainer who is just overwhelmed but still trying, the chronic complainer who actually points out real issues, and then the malicious complainer who she says should be removed. The controversial part is that Indiana Fever fans have been complaining a lot all off-season about how the roster is built. They've been saying the front office hasn't put enough talent around Caitlin Clark and have questioned the team's decisions and championship plans. So the question becomes, what category do those fans actually fall into? Because from Lin Dunn's point of view, it almost sounds like strong fan criticism is being treated as something harmful or malicious.
Like, what is going on, man? They don't move Lin Dunn up, down, left, right, everywhere but out of the way, dog. They don't move this woman everywhere, and now she's on Twitter starting a war with the fan base. Like, why would you do this, man? Come on, this doesn't make any sense, Lin Dunn. Let's continue though. As a leader, if we ignore complaints, we create continual problems. If we listen to everyone's ideas, we lose our direction. Dismissing complainers creates...
The survey she is talking about was even more controversial. In November 2024, the Indiana Fever sent a fan survey that asked what would make fans stop watching the team. One of the answer choices was Caitlin Clark leaving the organization. To many fans, that sounded shocking because their star player had just had the most successful season in franchise history and helped break attendance records across the league. So fans felt it was strange that the front office was already asking what would happen if she left. Many people saw it as more than just research and thought it was creating doubt around the team's future, which is why fans reacted so strongly.
Leaders understand they don't have all the answers or completely comprehending the problems facing the workforce. We need those around us to help, not complain. It's our job to show the observers of problems how to best express their ideas. So now they're trying to tell the fans how to be fans. Come on, Lin, we saw this already. We saw this already, fam. This is not the way to go about it, all right?
Here's the context that makes Lin Dunn's tweet even more controversial. Indiana Fever fans have real concerns about how the team is being built. They've seen the New York Liberty put together a strong roster with players like Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquil Jones, and Betnijah Laney Hamilton. They've also watched the Las Vegas Aces build a powerful lineup with Aya Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray. In comparison, Indiana only has Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and a roster with many uncertain pieces. So when fans complain about that gap, it doesn't really come off as malicious, it feels reasonable. They are just looking at championship-level teams and questioning why their own franchise isn't building the same kind of support around its stars.
You can't tell the fans how to behave, how to act. You can't do it, man. These are grown folks, all right? These are grown people. The main thing you should be doing if you are paying attention to the comments, it's not antagonizing the fan base. Listen to what they're actually saying, right? Even if they're coming in a disrespectful tone. I wouldn't even pay attention to the tone. Is there truth within what they're saying, right? That's what I do for this YouTube channel. I have people who come at me in a negative way, but at the end of the day, I'm listening and looking at their comments to see if they have...
And this is where the tweet starts to feel less like guidance and more like criticism toward fans. Lin Dunn wrote that good leaders should create a way for complaints to turn into something useful. She said complaining sounds negative, but suggestions are more positive and helpful. She also added that it's the organization's responsibility to teach people how to express their concerns in the right way. In simple terms, that comes across as, fans can speak, but only if they do it in a format the team approves. That's why many people didn't see it as real leadership. Instead, it felt more like controlling how fans are allowed to react, which doesn't really match the relationship between a sports team and its paying supporters.
If there's truth within what they're saying, and I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from. I understand that, actually, right? And honestly, I feel like they got the Justine Passat pick from a few of us talking about her. I feel like they did, man. Seeing how they're picking all these guards and stuff, I think they are listening to the fan base when it comes to some of the players that they need to be going for. I mean, you're saying that you have to show the observers of problems how to best express their ideas. This isn't the best way to express how you're feeling about what's going on. This is not the...
Fans reacted immediately and very strongly. One comment said that just because someone is complaining doesn't mean they are a hater. Sometimes, they are actually loyal supporters who think the team is making mistakes. They added that many people are unhappy with the direction of the Fever and that the organization should show humility and listen to the feedback. Another fan said they are frustrated with what they see as poor decision-making and a refusal to properly build around the team's main star. They warned that if Caitlin Clark leaves, most of the fan base would likely leave too. They also brought up history, saying the franchise previously failed to fully support Tamika Catchings during her career. That point hit hard because Catchings is considered one of the greatest players in WNBA history and still only won one championship in 16 seasons with Indiana, which many fans see as a missed opportunity.
Complain. Yes, it's going to happen. That's a part of the fandom, right? They see these other teams being built on all WNBA players, like 5 all-stars on one team. Yeah, they're going to complain. They're going to complain, man. Because why we can't have the roster that they have, right? And I do want to address some of the people who are saying, well, Caitlin Clark can carry a team on her back, and she did it in college, she can come in the pros and do it. Why would we want Caitlin Clark carrying a team? Why would we want that? We should not have to.
But the most powerful response was also the simplest. One fan wrote that there are also consumer complainers who actually help build the new stadium and pay higher salaries, ending it with, "You're welcome." That comment highlights the core issue with Lin Dunn's message. Indiana Fever fans aren't just passive viewers, they're major financial supporters. They bought season tickets in record numbers, traveled to away games, and helped turn Caitlin Clark into one of the biggest attractions in women's basketball. Their support has brought in huge revenue that contributes to arena upgrades and higher spending on the team. So when a franchise executive tells them they are complaining the wrong way, many see it as completely out of touch. To them, it doesn't just feel dismissive, it risks damaging the very relationship that is driving the team's financial success.
Come on, we should want the best of the best around the star player. We should want the best of the best on this team. And I get it, they're not going to be able to get everybody, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want people to settle, right? Don't be accustomed to settling. Yeah, you know, we fine, we got Caitlin. She's gonna do it all. Like, no, man, you don't want Caitlin doing it all. You want Caitlin to have some backup, man. You want Caitlin to have a good team around her. Every star needs a good...
Let's look at what fans are actually complaining about, because context really matters here. The Indiana Fever finished the 2024 season 20-20 and made the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Caitlin Clark averaged 19 points and 8 assists per game and became the first rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double. She also broke the single-season assist record. Her arrival completely changed the team's popularity, with home attendance jumping to over 17,000 fans per game compared to about 6,400 the previous season. So going into the 2025 offseason, fans expected the front office to build on that momentum by adding experienced, high-level players around their young superstar.
She makes everybody better, yeah, but I would rather her make a good player great versus an okay player good, if that makes sense. I did want to come back and see what was actually said on the post. It's 5 hours later now, but let me see what was said, man. The fact someone is complaining does not make them a hater. That's a fact too. Sometimes they are a sincere supporter, but feel you are making a mistake. The number of people complaining about the Fever direction is monumental. You have to have some humility and listen. Hey man, great leaders listen.
Instead of being active in free agency and trades, the Indiana Fever have stayed fairly quiet, while other strong teams have improved their rosters. Fans are frustrated because they feel the team isn't doing enough to support Caitlin Clark after a strong 2024 season where she helped the Fever reach the playoffs, set records, and massively boost attendance. Many fans believe the team should take advantage of her success by adding experienced players, not just developing young or mid-level talent. Because of this, they've been openly criticizing the front office online, which they see as normal accountability, not negativity. The problem is that Lin Dunn's tweet labeled some kinds of fan criticism as malicious, which fans feel ignores their legitimate concerns and history, including past situations where the franchise didn't fully build around stars like Tamika Catchings. Critics argue this shows a disconnect between the organization and its modern fan base, especially since Caitlin